Want to speak real Hindi from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at HindiPod101.com.
In this lesson, we'll learn some of the most common greetings used in India. क्या आप तैयार हैं? Are you ready? तो चलिए शुरू करें. So, let's begin. Let's start with a greeting you are sure to have heard before. Namaste. This is a word that is so closely associated with India and Indian culture that it has become famous all over the world. Namaste. Namaste. The word Namaste is made out of two Sanskrit words, Nama and Te, which have been joined to mean I salute you. We use Namaste as a formal as well as a friendly greeting. It's used when people meet at any time of the day, morning, noon, or evening. A slightly more formal variation on Namaste, which you may or may not have heard before, is Namaskar. Namaskar. Use this and you'll surely impress your Indian friends. In Hindi, using different greetings for each time of the day is not very common. When talking with friends, we usually just use the English phrases. But there are equivalent Hindi versions. They're just not used that often. If you meet someone before noon, you can say Suprabhat. Suprabhat. For later in the day, you can say Shubh Sandhya. Shubh Sandhya. But for most of the time, you can just say Namaste and not worry about it. As we learned in this lesson, Namaste can mean both hello and goodbye. However, this is not the only way of saying goodbye in Hindi. A parting expression that we can use for all occasions is Fir milenge, which means see you. Fir milenge. Fir milenge. The first word fir means again, and the second word milenge means we will meet. Let's look at one more expression, alvida. Alvida is an Urdu word which means goodbye. Alvida. It is an appropriate choice when parting for a long time. Now, it's time for Prerna's points. The easiest way of saying your goodbyes in Hindi is by using Namaste. Take a slight bow with folded hands and say Namaste. Namaste and Namaskar both come from Sanskrit and mean something like I honor you or I bow to you. In this lesson, you're going to learn how to introduce yourself in Hindi. There are only two sentences you need to know. Namaste. मेरा नाम प्रेरणा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Hi, my name is Prerna. Nice to meet you. Start by saying Namaste. Then say मेरा नाम, then your name, and then say है. Please repeat after me. Namaste. मेरा नाम प्रेरणा है. Finally, say आप से मिलकर खुशी हुई. Together we have Namaste. मेरा नाम प्रेरणा है. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. Let's take a closer look at the first sentence. The first word is Namaste. Namaste in Hindi is equivalent to hello, which can be used at any time of the day. Next is mera. The word mera means my. This is a way to refer to yourself, which can be used by both men and women. Next, we have naam. The word naam means name. Then you say your name. And finally, we have hai. Hai is attached to the end of the sentence and literally means to exist. In the first sentence, we have the construction mera plus naam plus your name plus hai. The structure of simple Hindi sentences is different from English. In Hindi, the word order is subject, object, verb. The second sentence we have is आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई. आपसे मिलकर खुशी हुई can be used by both men and women. It means nice to meet you. It's used when meeting someone for the first time. आप से मिलकर खुशी हुई. आप से मिलकर खुशी हुई. Now it's time for Prerna's points. Indian people don't generally shake hands. You're better off using the Namaste gesture. However, In a business situation, you might want to use a handshake. Shaking hands is more common in big cities where Western customs are more familiar.
Want to get cheat sheets, audiobooks, lessons, apps, and much more every month for free? Just click the link in the description to get your free language gifts of the month.
In this lesson, we're going to learn how to use good manners when we thank people. क्या आप तैयार हैं? Are you ready? तो चलिए शुरू करें. So let's begin. There are several ways to thank someone, but let's start with the easiest. It's just one word. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad means thank you. You can emphasize dhanyavad by adding bahut, which means very much. So it becomes bahut dhanyavad. Bahut dhanyavad. In Hindi, there are other ways to express one's gratitude. Dhanyavad comes from Sanskrit and it sounds quite formal. That's why some people prefer to use Urdu expressions, which are felt to be more colloquial. A more colloquial expression for thank you in Hindi is shukriya. Shukriya can also be preceded by bahut, which means very much. Bahut shukriya. Bahut shukriya. So now you have learned how to say thank you in Hindi. But how will you reply if someone else says thank you to you? In Hindi, your welcome is sometimes expressed as swagat hai. The expression swagat hai means welcome. Swagat hai. You can also respond to someone who has thanked you by using another expression. This is koi baat nahi, which literally means it's nothing. Koi baat nahi. So, when someone says dhanyavad to you, you can simply reply with swagat hai or koi baat nahi. Now it's time for Prerna's points. Just as with the expressions for thank you and please, Indians do not always use you're welcome in everyday situations. It's a concept literally translated from English. Native speakers often show politeness simply by using polite pronouns and verb forms while speaking.
First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
एक आदमी और एक औरत बात कर रहे हैं। आदमी की अभी क्या उम्र है? आपका जन्मदिन बहुत जल्द आ रहा है।
हाँ जी, परसों के दिन है।
आप कितने साल के हो जाएंगे?
मैं 60 साल का हो जाऊंगा।
बधाई हो, हम जरूर मनाएंगे।
आपका बहुत धन्यवाद।
आदमी की अभी क्या उम्र है? एक आदमी और एक औरत बात कर रहे हैं। आदमी की अभी क्या उम्र है? आपका जन्मदिन बहुत जल्द आ रहा है।
हाँ जी, परसों के दिन है।
आप कितने साल के हो जाएंगे?
मैं 60 साल का हो जाऊंगा।
बधाई हो, हम जरूर मनाएंगे।
आपका बहुत धन्यवाद।
First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
एक आदमी और एक औरत बातचीत कर रहे हैं। आदमी के साथ कौन रहते हैं?
तुम कभी मेरे घर क्यों नहीं आ जाते?
शुक्रिया, लेकिन मुझे थोड़ा अजीब लगेगा। मैं तुम्हारे परिवार से मिलने से पहले उनके बारे में कुछ जानना चाहूँगी।
ठीक है, मेरे पिता एक कार्यालय में काम करते हैं और उन्हें मछली पकड़ने का शौक है। मेरी माँ एक गृहिणी है और वह खाना बहुत अच्छा बनाती हैं।
क्या तुम्हारे कोई भाई या बहन है?
हाँ, मेरी एक दीदी और एक छोटा भाई है। मेरी दीदी शादीशुदा है और वह विदेश में रहती है। मेरा भाई हाई स्कूल का विद्यार्थी है।
तुम्हारा परिवार अच्छा है। मैं उनसे ज़रूर मिलना चाहूँगी। आदमी के साथ कौन रहते हैं? एक आदमी और एक औरत बातचीत कर रहे हैं। आदमी के साथ कौन रहते हैं?
तुम कभी मेरे घर क्यों नहीं आ जाते?
शुक्रिया, लेकिन मुझे थोड़ा अजीब लगेगा। मैं तुम्हारे परिवार से मिलने से पहले उनके बारे में कुछ जानना चाहूँगी।
ठीक है, मेरे पिता एक कार्यालय में काम करते हैं और उन्हें मछली पकड़ने का शौक है। मेरी माँ एक गृहिणी है और वह खाना बहुत अच्छा बनाती हैं।
क्या तुम्हारे कोई भाई या बहन है?
हाँ, मेरी एक दीदी और एक छोटा भाई है। मेरी दीदी शादीशुदा है और वह विदेश में रहती है। मेरा भाई हाई स्कूल का विद्यार्थी है।
तुम्हारा परिवार अच्छा है। मैं उनसे ज़रूर मिलना चाहूँगी।
When learning a new language, it's easy to think, I don't think I'm making any progress. What if I never reach my goals? We all get these thoughts from time to time. But are they worth being scared of? What are the fears language learners tend to have the most? And how can you learn to overcome them? Here are the top 4 language learning fears, according to our users. Number 1, I'm not good enough to start speaking yet. This is a pretty common fear or misconception that most learners have. Here's how you overcome it. The best way to get good at speaking is to start speaking from day 1. You need to open your mouth and just start talking. If you think you're not good enough, just focus on the lines you want to say. Number 2, I'm afraid I'll never be fluent. You've got to set small, specific goals. Make daily goals, like having just a 5-minute conversation. As these small goals add up, you'll be speaking more comfortably. Number 3, I'm not making any progress. There are 2 things you can do right now. Use the dashboard to track your progress. Our dashboard shows how much you've accomplished. Or try a harder lesson on our website. The lessons come with line-by-line translations, and the hosts explain everything. Now you can understand something you didn't minutes ago. Number 4, I'm afraid of not understanding anything I hear. This fear can occur when you hear advanced grammar and vocabulary and it just goes completely over your head. To beat this, simply read along with our line-by-line tool. It's the best way to instantly understand advanced conversations. Translations and scripts are right in front of you. For real-life situations, learn useful phrases such as, "Can you say it more slowly? I don't understand." There's nothing wrong with saying that you didn't understand something. So, these are the top 4 fears and how to overcome them. Luckily, we also have the perfect tools available to help you conquer your fears. Sign up for your free lifetime account, no credit card required, and you'll get the best free online resources. Don't let your fears stop you. Start learning now.